Welcome, everybody, back to another episode of Just the News. Of course, I'm your host of the most Truman Steam Machine, Dean. As always, I'm joined by the hoe, named Joe Booty Boy Booty, and the Notice, the Throatus, the defending championist, and pretty bald, the Z, Vincent Guthrie.
What's up? Glad I could put you on Fraud Watch last week.
Honestly, purposely deceitful questions.
Literally only one of them was purposely deceitful.
You wrote harder questions than I normally write.
Only one was written intentionally hard. The other ones I would have put on any Weird News one. Mm-hmm. But I shook the show to its core last week, and we've been debating changing up the format because of it. So
insert Apple commercial from the 90s. With Vincent throwing a chair at the screen.
Oh my God.
Of Truman just talking to us.
Welcome everybody into Just the News, the show where we handle just the news. That's right. We cover the weirdest news stories, and I quiz my friends on it, or who I thought were friends, but seems to be adversaries more by the day. Vincent and Joe are here. Vincent, the defending champion. Before we get too deep into the show, I do want to shout out our patrons over at patreon.com/open disaster. Shout out Aaron, Skylar, Dylan, Ozzy, and Meltbox Kansas City, now open in the Iron District.
And no one else.
We don't shout out the followers, but we do appreciate the followers. All right, and I do want to also take this moment to make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. And comment what thing you shook to the core today.
Name the last thing that shook you to your core.
Yeah, the last thing that shook you to your... Yeah, there you go. Thank you.
That's why I write
the last thing that shook me to my core is trying to think of what to comment on the spot. But that's what we're going to do. But let's get into the show. So the way that this works is obviously we have standings. You say, Truman, how have we got here? How do you have 8 points and you're fucking shitting on Vincent, who has only 4 points, and Joe has 6. Well, that's because that is our current standings. So as we go through this,
you really have a way with words.
I'm going to ask 4 questions. The first question is a photo that will be AI generated, and we will have 4 different answers, and they will have to guess which one is the correct headline that matches the AI generated photo. Number 2 is a closest to the number one, where whoever gets closest to the number gets a point. The third one is just a classic weird news question and normal, just multiple choice. And number 4 is worth 2 points, and that is our prices, or not prices right. No, it is our Wheel of Fortune style, Hangman style, fill in the blank, where whoever gets it gets 2 points. And you might say, Truman, you only said how the answerers can get the points. Well, the way that the question master gets the points is that I will get a point for every time they miss a question on the first one, if they don't get the answer right on the first or third one, and on the second one if they're not within 20% of the number, and the fourth one if they miss on letters 6 times before they can fill in the blanks, then I will win the 2 points, and then I can win the show that way. Vincent, our defending champion, he wrote the questions last week. He wrote giga shit hard ones. Go back and watch the YouTube. Compare the YouTube videos.
Joe said that he did not think it was any more difficult than a normal week.
Did you say that, Joe?
I thought that's what you said last week.
That's right. We're throwing you into the pit.
There were multiple times, if I remember correctly, where I was like, I've always been on this side of the puzzle.
Yeah.
Where, it was like... You always get to write the questions. You always get to know the answer. Therefore, the questions are easy to you.
I know when I've written better answers.
Like I said,
there was an answer I wrote today where I was like, man, that sounds like the answer. And
I wrote one deceitfully hard question, and it's the one that is basically baked in for the question giver anyway. So, fuck you.
Well, normally the Wheel of Fortune one is baked in for the answer getters, I will say. It's pretty hard for me to... I do not
zaniest baseball stars.
Yes.
Fuck you.
Every now and again, I steal that one. I do. There are ones where you just get shit on, but normally you guys get that one. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's get into the show and stop just complaining about it. Guys, Bing created this image based on what headline?
People are going to have to move up mountains due to rising sea levels.
Okay, interesting. Joe?
Yeah, it's something about glaciers melting.
Interesting.
Giving us the actual How to Train Your Dragon.
Options are A, Swedish towns are rising due to global warming. B, Swiss town buried due to glacier melting. C, Finnish mountains becoming more livable due to fishing industry. Or D, Danish waves found to be hiding centuries worth of old towns.
Okay, I'm just stupid. I was like, why did he do Sweden twice, but you didn't?
Yes.
Switzerland and Sweden, 2 different countries, as it turns out. I don't know how Switzerland, a landlocked country, would be buried due to glaciers rising. So that's interesting. Someone doesn't know his European geography.
Joe, are you Googling the answer?
Oh, sorry, no.
Just play it on his phone. Give me C.
C, for Finnish mountains become more livable due to fishing industry.
Due to
Joe?
fishing industry is weird. No, fuck it. Give me A. Give me A. Fucking lock.
Swedish towns are rising due to global warming.
Yeah, it's
You're
what
locking in what you answered.
Yeah.
Joe?
Give me B.
Again, landlocked country.
Joe could be recognizing the headline as it was fairly popular this week. That is the answer. It is the Swiss village from a glacier collapse in the Alps.
You don't have to be on an ocean for there to be a glacier.
Do I not understand what a glacier is?
It's a giant piece of fucking ice. It can
Joe,
be,
had
it
you
can
already
be
seen
over
this?
the ocean. No, I had not already
You
seen
had not
this.
already seen it? Okay, well,
No.
well, good for you. I figured you had already seen it because I saw it like just on Twitter. But if I remember right, there was only one person. So let me just read the story.
I didn't see it. Grok told me about it, though. No, I'm kidding.
A Swiss alpine village was largely wiped out on Wednesday after a massive glacier carrying rock and debris detached and roared down the mountainside, destroying everything in its path. Scientists have predicted a likely disaster, and authorities evacuated the entire village of 300 people in the
Valais?
Yeah, in the Valais region, south of Switzerland's capital, Bern, on May 19th. Sheep and even grazing cows were airlifted by helicopters. Oh, here's the video of it collapsing.
So it was more
If I remember
like
right, only one person was missing. It was just like an old man that it's like.
So it was more like an avalanche, rock slidey type thing.
Yeah.
Not like it
Also,
melted.
fucking Merriam-Webster has updated their definition of glacier as of May 25th, 2025. So, which leads me to believe that I'm not fucking crazy. Meaning of glacier is a large body of ice moving slowly down a slope or valley, spreading outward on a land surface.
I mean, that's exactly what this is, I guess.
That is what that is. But I've just never heard of glaciers on land. I always thought glaciers were.
Are you thinking of icebergs?
I guess. In my head, they were always the same shit.
You know what? I
Same shit, different.
I
base.
almost said that to dunk on you, but in my head, I think I had them as.
Yeah.
I think I also was thinking of a glacier in the middle of the ocean. To be fair.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay. Fair enough. You know what? You know what? Yeah. But Ice Age should have taught us that they can be on the land. I think those were glaciers. In Ice Age. But it doesn't. Yeah. But yeah, there you go. Listen, we all learned something today, and that's what's important.
And that's what we're here for. We're reporting the news so we can
I
learn
didn't
things.
learn anything. I
But
got
yeah.
it right.
It's weird to see a country where everyone just listens to the scientist and did what they said and nobody died. That's weird.
No, that is crazy.
One person, a 64-year-old man, has been reported missing, according to police, and his search has been suspended temporarily due to dangerous conditions. Me and Tina, because I read this story, me and Tina talked about this. I remember one time, my mom's old car caught on fire in our backyard, and we lived with my grandpa at the time. And I remember we were like, "Hey, we're all getting out of the house just in case the car explodes and then the house catches on fire." And he was like, "I'm just gonna stay here." He was like, "I'll go with it. I don't care." We were like, "No, fair enough. All right."
Right.
And
Okay.
when we talked about this, there's a 64-year-old man missing. It was like, but they got all the warning. It was like it very well could have just been like, "I'm good, thank you.
I'm good.
I'll just stay here.
He knows better than the scientists.
I might as well go like this." All right, so there you go. Let's move on to the second question. Wait, 1 point for Joe. Oh, it's been a while, I think, since we've had a Joe win. I think me and Joe are tied, and then I think I've won 2 and Vincent's won 2.
No, Joe won the last one because you had mine and Joe's scores combined, and now we're 2 ahead.
Okay.
So I think it was Joe had won.
Yeah, because I was like, no, because I was at 5 recently.
Yeah.
A shipment full of honeybees are abuzz after a truck carrying them overturned in Washington State.
How many bees in bees?
Or is this number of hives?
Bees? In millions of bees.
Okay.
Bees. How many bees? I just wanted to quote the Cards Against Humanity.
Bees?
Bees? Bees?
There's a bee?
There's a bee?
In millions of bees. Give me. Dude, I can't even. 5, Bob.
5 million bees?
Yeah.
20.
20 million bees?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna read this, and we're gonna have to have a discussion about this, right? Because
Or here's where we could laugh our ass off. It's a picture of an overturned semi. He's about to pull up an article that's like this pickup truck.
Yes.
no, that is the picture of it.
Okay.
Millions of bees. It was. Hold on.
It's like 1.2.
And to be fair, that's how they worded it. But
I'll
it
kill him.
is.
Was it like 100,000 bees?
It is 250 million bees.
Oh God.
So the
okay.
question would have been, should I have done in hundreds of millions of bees? Because then it's only 2.5 hundreds of millions of bees.
Sure.
Or is millions of bees a fair way to ask this question?
This definitely falls squarely into that thing of, even in terms of millions, you're talking like 1 versus this is bees, and the answer is in the hundreds of millions, where it's like,
This is why the number question is baked in, because it literally does not fucking. Like,
This one was a tough one. This one is hard to get a grasp for the.
I will say millions of bees was valid.
Okay, all right. Okay.
I don't think you were intentionally misleading with that.
yeah, like if you put hundreds of thousands and the answer is 250 million,
Yeah.
yeah, we're taking you out back.
It was carrying 70,000 pounds of bees, of beehives,
Of
but
hives.
but it's much funnier to say 70,000 pounds of bees.
It
If I
is
told you,
bees.
that's what I should have read the article and given you it was
In pounds of bees.
or I should have said like how many millions of bees. By the way, it weighed 70,000 pounds. So
Oh, and then we could do our fucking.
Maybe you could have started
We
like-
love talking some bullshit math.
Yeah,
how much does a bee weigh? I know a bee weighs too much for how big its wings are. It shouldn't be allowed to fly. I know that.
That only applies to the bumblebee for what it's worth.
Oh, fair
well,
enough.
see, but here's the thing though. If you had asked us the question in pounds, be like, how many pounds of bees, whatever, escaped, blah, 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 in pounds of bees,
Or thousands of pounds of bees.
I think I still would have gotten it.
You think you would have got 70,000 pounds of bees?
Yeah, because I would have guessed 80, which is the max load that semi trucks can carry.
you fucker.
And I would have been 100%.
Interesting. Well, you still could have backed into it. You should have been
How?
thinking about it.
How could I have backed into 250 million from that?
80, you should have gone
Oh, yeah, for
80,000 pounds of bees. I bet a bee weighs.
Let's see.
I bet 1 million bees probably
Because
weighs.
it would be 240 million bees for, let's call it 80,000 pounds, would have been my roughish math. How am I supposed to get like 3,000 bees per pound?
Let's say how does that work out? So 70,000 bees or 250 million bees divided by 70,000. A pound of bees,
Okay.
counting the hive, is 3571. 3,500 pounds. Now here's a worthless thing to add to your arsenal. About 3,500 bees are in a pound. Of bees.
That's
Beehive.
that's
Excuse me. Sorry.
it's gonna be it's gonna be more than that because like fucking the hive is gonna be the bulk of the weight.
True. Right. Yeah, well, see, that's the thing. It's probably hard to measure bee weight because they're flying.
Oh, also with the bee study, the study that pointed out that the bees shouldn't be able to fly, when they were doing the calculations, they assumed the wings were completely rigid, which is incorrect because the wings like have a flexibility to them that they just couldn't figure the math out on, and so it's pretty bunk math.
Okay. I'm interested to see. Yeah, so the plan is to allow the bees to return to their hives and find their queen bee in the next day or two, according to the sheriff's office. The goal is to save as many of the bees as possible. Where were the bees going?
So they do a lot of like farms. You don't just keep like on-house bees. You usually hire companies to just bring in bees, pollinate, and then they take the bees back.
Beekeepers often transport millions of bees from one location to the other because leaving them in one location for too long can deplete resources for other pollinators. Very interesting.
And it's just like if you took a bee to like a cashew farm or whatever, the only thing they would have for food is the pollen from cashews, and they need pollen from different types of plants to be able to get like a balanced diet.
Fair enough.
I did a paper on the causes of colony collapse disorder in college.
Alan Woods, the president of the Washington State Beekeepers Association, told the newspaper the state should have a standardized emergency bee response for bee vehicle crashes.
Yeah,
This person
they totally should.
They should.
This story's straight up unbelievable.
Nice. So 1 point for me.
Yep. But yeah, the study that I'm talking about that deproved the bees shouldn't be able to fly came out in 2012, and the movie came out in 2009. So you can't fault the movie for spreading false propaganda.
They didn't know. Well, it's also like the Kansas is flatter than a pancake thing. That study's been disproven. That's not. They've just moved on from that. That's not really real.
Florida's also the flattest state.
Yes, by far. Yes.
Yeah.
Guys, a show inside a cathedral featuring featured performers holding what? This is the picture.
I hope it's like fucking dildos or something.
I mean, I'm trying to think of what could make this weird news.
Boners.
Cocaine?
Cocaine. Your options are A, snakes in masks. B, live mice in shoes. C, dead doves in tuxedos.
This is about to be the sickest all of the above of all time.
Raw chickens in diapers.
Raw chickens. Speak to that.
Raw. Raw. Next question.
God damn it. Trying to think. A cathedral. What type of cathedral?
I will give it to you that this was in Germany.
Okay, so is it just like
was
a...
But is this
German
a Catholic
cathedral.
cathedral?
I don't
Should
know.
we be trying to find some sort of religious connection? Or
No, this was a performance of something else. Performance of, I believe, West Side Story.
Oh, then it has to be. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, right. I was like, when I was saying that, I was like, should I give this to him? I was like,
Does this give it away?
I don't know West Side Story
Have
like
you
that.
even seen West Side Story?
I don't know, Paul. That'd be very funny. It's like, oh, it's obviously fucking mice and cheese, idiots.
Certainly nobody will be seated for the dead doves and tuxedos scene of West Side Story.
I'm between A and C on this. Live mice and shoes seems like a fucking nightmare to choreograph.
I mean, not if you design the shoe right.
In my head, it's just like they have a shoe on a stick, and then there's a mouse just hanging out in the shoe. Not like the mouse is wearing shoes.
Yeah. No, sorry, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm envisioning too.
Yeah.
It's like a shoe with a mouse in it.
Yes. Is it worth considering they've made tiny shoes?
I
for
think
the
raw
mice?
chickens and diapers is a no, because that would be way too slimy to try and handle. I'm also like dead doves and tuxedos sounds easy, but also weird. Live mice and shoes sounds easy enough to pull off, but weird. Snakes and masks. Don't know how you put a mask on a snake and leave it there unless you also have dead snakes in masks.
Yeah, true. What's the status on our snakes?
I give no hints to the snake situation.
It feels weird to have an adjective for each of the animals and not have an adjective for the snakes.
I was gonna say by that metric it's the odd man out. However, I was about to say let's split B and C, but now that you say that, I'm like, oh, the snakes don't have anything describing them. So now I don't know
They're
what
also
to
on
think.
planes. I don't know if that helps. Tired of these motherfucking snakes and these motherfucking
Snakes and masks on
masks.
planes.
No, I'm just playing Phineas and Ferb, but it's just a snake in a mask. It's like, oh, hello. Oh, no.
A snake in a mask. Perry the snake in a mask.
On a plane.
On a plane.
Fuck it. Joe, I'll let you lock
I'm
first.
taking live mice and shoes.
That's
Live mice and
insane. That's the most. It's not the most wrong, but it's the second most wrong. I also was talking shit about the Swiss, so maybe I don't know anything. because I don't know what a glacier is. But to be fair, I do know what live mice are, and as far as I'm aware, I know what a shoe is. So,
Yeah, I know what all the words on this screen are. This time I'm confident I can point to all of these things in a picture book.
I thought I knew what a glacier was. My bad.
Me too. Listen. I pointed out that I also did not know the difference.
Give me fucking, god damn it. Give me snakes.
Snakes and mass.
Yeah.
Joe went live mice
I
in
did
shoes.
go live mice and shoes.
I'm gonna be
Wait till you see the picture.
It's gonna be the sickest dubs of all time.
I'm gonna cut this to just so that they immediately get to see the picture. I just want you to.
It's gonna be the sickest dubs of all time.
dripped out doves. No, it's actually the raw chicken.
It was
and
the raw
diapers.
chicken?
Okay.
Yep.
What?
When I wrote live mice and shoes, I was thinking when I wrote it wearing shoes, and then after I wrote it, I was like, oh, that'll sound like they're just in a shoe. I was like, this is an incredible answer. By accident, I was like, this will be a good one, and it did get somebody. But yeah, that's right. They are for whatever it was. A performance inside it was a Catholic cathedral.
Okay.
Sorry, in Germany earlier this month. I think all cathedrals
I don't know how
are,
it fits.
or is it all cathedrals are Christian? I guess is there
That
Lutheran
probably.
cathedrals, or is it a church at that point?
The fine cathedral.
Because it's like there's no like Lutheran synagogues, right? They're all Jewish if it's a synagogue.
The principal church of a diocese through which a bishop is officially associated.
Yeah, so it has to be. I think cathedrals are usually Christian.
Well, they have to be
They
Christian,
have to be Christian because it's like.
but I think there's
diocese,
only certain sects of Christianity have bishops. I think so.
Yeah.
It's probably only for
Westphalia Side Story.
yes, Westphalia.
So not West Side Story.
Sure. Sorry.
So the Cambridge Dictionary definition is a very large, usually stone building for Christian worship.
Gotcha.
So
The show Westphalia was a part of a May 15th celebration to mark the 1250th anniversary of Westphalia, a region in northwestern Germany.
Fallendies.
Video footage shows one woman and two shirtless men singing "Fleisch ist Fleisch, meat is meat," apparently spoofing Austrian band Opus's 1984 pop song "Live is Life." Live is Life. With scythes and dancing with the dead chickens on a stage in front of Paderborn Cathedral's altar.
There you go.
Performance company Body Talk said on CNN Friday the show featured work in progress episodes from its Side Story, blah, 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 which references West Side Story.
There you go.
So it wasn't a performance of West Side Story.
No, it's like a spoof.
Westphalia story, and they were
Yeah,
spoofing
it's a
different-
spoof of West Side Story.
Did I already say Westfallendies?
Yeah, it'd be Westphalia.
Okay. Listen, I'm not thinking of not consistent.
All right. Well, Vincent, your back is against the wall. I have 2 points. Joe has 1 point. 0 points for Vincent, which means that me and Vincent on this final question can tie.
Ooh.
Which,
Democracy sausage.
for the record, if we do go to a tiebreaker, it is whoever has the best Wordle score of the day. So, have you done your Wordle?
I have.
I've done my Wordle, Joe.
I have not.
You're the designated Wordle survivor, even though nobody can tie you.
Yeah, even though I can't be tied.
Fair enough.
Fun fact. I've been watching a lot of Taskmaster lately, and they were doing sausage trivia, and it said from which country does a democracy sausage hail? And I was like, I know this, baby.
You're so awesome. You can't say you didn't learn anything.
You can't say we didn't learn anything.
All right. A controversial flag lasted just 19 days in a New Zealand art gallery. What did it say?
Make New Zealand great again.
That's wrong. No. Joke?
Something make it up?
Nope. All right, Vincent, give me a letter.
I.
Yeah. Think that's wrong. Trash.
So it's not something it in.
No, it is not. Joe?
R.
An R for Joe.
There are none.
R. You gonna get a letter eventually?
I'm gonna hope so. Vincent?
A.
Not where I thought he was gonna go. But it does exist on this. There are 2 A's. Oh, okay. I mixed it up in my head, but I'm still correct. This is correct. I mixed up a word in my head where I was like, what? A guess on the word?
Racism, make us up. Good job.
Thank you, Joe.
Very perfectly timed.
S.
I just wanted to leave the suspense. Yes, there is an S.
Vincent, all you.
How are you? What are we feeling?
I mean, at this point, I feel like either of them has to give us something.
I hate this. You
You
have got to be kidding me.
You are losing another one.
God damn it.
That's a pretty cool animations. Nobody's complimented them, but
Did you give us back 8?
No.
Or did you just size it?
No, I just sized it funnily because that way it.
For the flag, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that you left the bottom part of the flag.
Yeah, I was just cutting it. Yeah, not my best crowd.
I'll take it.
I wanted compliments, not this. What?
Take a T.
A T for Joe.
That seems ass.
Rat bastard.
Wow. I'm pretty surprised. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, but all right.
Uno are the vowels we have left.
It's got to be O.
Did you say U and O, Joe?
What? I said O and E are the vowels we haven't guessed yet.
Yes. There's the O.
What is the last word? Doing tricks on it.
Doing tricks on it. Joe.
Give me an E.
An E. I'll give you a few E's, actually.
Yay.
E. Thinking. You can hear the gears turning.
Spilled water cup here, fellas.
It's actually not.
It's hose water,
hose
dumbass.
water.
It's out of his shop vac. So
Drink it. Get a tapeworm, idiot. All right, Joe. I think you're out of time. That's
yeah.
it.
P?
A P for
Yeah.
Vincent.
Damn it. Was really hoping for.
Please. It's a W. Please.
19 days.
Yep.
Please. Obviously, the second letter is the second word is the hang up here.
Sure.
Maybe.
Text it to me, Owen.
I don't know. Please take on me.
Nope. Joe.
It can't be.
Take on me. What? I felt it come in. No.
That's not it.
That's not it. No.
Talking that good shit.
I'm actually surprised.
You did miss something that would have told you that wasn't what it, because there's no T in it. All right.
Please. I haven't guessed a letter yet.
Yep.
M.
An M for Joe.
Is he very carefully?
He knows it exists there.
Please. I mean, yeah. Please something of me.
Done.
Yeah.
All right, Vincent.
N.
In?
Yeah.
In these nuts? Yeah.
God damn it. Please wank on me. No, because there's no N in wank. God damn it.
Joe.
Would be a crazy flag to have for 19 days. That'd be weird news.
I mean,
Since you guys know that there's no T's, Owen said, "Please fart on me."
I will take an L.
And then said
free.
freelo.
An L for Joe. The last double letter.
Please walk on me.
Please walk on me is correct.
It's like the opposite of don't tread on me. God damn it.
On me. Please walk on me. Yeah, it was a. You'll see. I guess we could just read the article, but it's essentially a Maori walk art piece. It also only lasted because people like tore it up because they were stepping on it for
Like
19
actually
days.
walked on it.
Yeah,
It wasn't like taken down after 19 days. It just
right.
got destroyed because people were doing what was asked of them.
Yeah,
Man, I'm so mad I was one letter off.
Please wank on me.
Oh, and you couldn't even have an N. Damn. With the words "Please walk on me" and laid on the floor on an art gallery has once again been packed away following public outcry 30 years after protests forced the removal of the... Oh, wait, what? Oh, apparently it didn't get torn up.
Oh.
And the city announced said taking down the work by Maori artist Diane Prince due to escalating tensions and safety fears. The episode mirrored an Auckland gallery's removal of the work amid public backlash and complaints to law enforcement in 1995. This time the flag was meant to remain on display for 5 months. Instead, it lasted just 19 days, reigniting long-running debates in New Zealand over artistic expression, national symbols, and the country's colonial history. Police told the AP on Friday that officers were investigating several complaints about the exhibition. You're soft. Fucking complaining about it. Yes, Joe. 3 points for Joe.
Yay.
Honestly, thank God, because we would have had an interesting scenario if I had won.
How many Wordle did
We
you get?
both got it in 3.
Did we both?
Yeah.
Oh, you saw it.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I wonder what we would have done.
I don't know.
Would have been fun.
That's
Joe.
future our problem.
Yeah. Joe's down to... He's only 1 point away. There you go.
Yay.
Yes.
Right, Joe.
Oh, no. The dunce hat isn't down here. You got 0. You're going to have to wear the dunce hat.
Is this true? Well, I have to wear the dunce hat for next episode. Is that not what it is?
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Okay. We got to remember that. Remind me next week.
Yep.
There you go. Joe, congrats. You are now in sole possession of second place. You always were. But now you're 1 point away. You can move into first with a win next week. Or a clean sweep and you move into first. Sole possession of first. You can have 9 points. Joe's doing Wordle. Let's see how many he can get in. Let's see if he could have beat either me or Vince.
Fuck off. No, you don't.
Yes, I did.
I know Truman and I both got it in 3. You did not.
I absolutely did.
Okay, you did get in 3. All right, that's fairly good. I'm pretty sure you did
I didn't
Wordle.
do it today.
Oh, you didn't do it? All right, let's see if Owen can get in 3. If you don't get it in 3, then we're all going to make fun of you.
Then
If
you
you
get to wear the
don't, if you
dunce
get it in
cap.
2, you can make fun of all of us.
I don't think he's gonna get it.
Do we need to stay on for the video, or we could probably just end it, couldn't we?
Yeah, we can just end it.
All right, you guys don't need to hear more of this Wordle nonsense. In
Comment
fact,
the last thing that took you to your core. Comment.
shout out to patrons over at patreon.com/opendisaster if you want to financially support us. And with all this Wordle nonsense, I think the viewers are kind of saying that.
We've had enough of this nonsense.
Not a good one saying nonsense.
I was on the way out, and then you interrupt. It was a lot smoother, but then you did good shout outs. All right, bye guys.